This is first depth, second depth method, example 4. In this question, I'm really going to show you the value of using this method to answer questions in the physics exam. At first appearance, it looks like a very simple question. It's a question about a balloon going from one depth to another depth, and we're asked to describe the change in its volume, something that we're already very, very familiar with. However, what we suddenly notice is a little bit different, is we have a lot of fractions in the answers, and our starting point that we're given to us in the question is also a fractional volume. So it's starting to look a little bit unfamiliar. When we see this in a question, the first depth, second depth method is the way to go. So we look at the first depth, 40 meters. In salt water, that's 5 atmospheres. We now divide by the second depth. I'm going to use a different symbol this time. I'm going to use the slash symbol instead of the division symbol I've been using so far. It means the same thing, but it actually makes more sense when you see what we're actually looking at here. The second depth is 30 meters, 4 atmospheres in salt water. That gives me my first calculation. What I've just written down, in fact, 5 over 4, is the fractional change that will occur to the balloon as it changes depths. That's going to be very important later. So, what else have we got? Well, if we were to follow through this first depth, second depth method, the way I've been showing you so far, what we're going to be looking at is that 1/10. We're going to have to write that down. You'd write that down as 0.1, a decimal. And then we've got to decide whether we're multiplying or dividing. We know the balloon is going up. It's going from 40 meters to 30 meters. We want to make this balloon bigger. We're going to be using the number 1.25 to make this balloon bigger. So do I multiply or do I divide? Well, it's a number greater than 1, so I multiply. So 0.1 multiplied by 1.25 will make 0.1 bigger, which is what I wanted to have happen. The answer is 0.125. So I have got a number that's bigger, but it hasn't really helped me. Looking at my answers, I still haven't got a clue which one to pick until I start thinking about what I wrote down earlier, 5 over 4, a fractional change. Now when I look at my answers, I have a 5 over 4 jumping right out at me. Looking at the words that go before that, the volume will increase. I had already decided that the volume of the balloon will increase as it goes from 40 meters to 30 meters. So an increase is correct, and a fractional change of 5 over 4. I've already got that written down. I can be fairly certain, therefore, that the correct answer is answer C. In fact, I'm very certain it is the correct answer. So this hopefully really shows you that if you get a question with a bunch of fractions in it, rather than whole numbers in liters, etc., use the first depth, second depth method. You might find that just writing the volume, the pressure at the first depth, and dividing it by the pressure at the second depth, you write down the answer there and then, and nothing else needs doing. I've got a lot more videos, quizzes, study notes, etc. on my website, goprocaribbean.com, in the dive theory section of it. And it might be a good idea to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I release videos steadily over time, and you can find out on my Facebook page news about my training events. Thanks very much.